and welcome to the Westveil Archives. My name is Jenna. I'm an author-illustrator from Newfoundland, Canada, and this is my AuthorTube/BookTube channel. It's fairly new this year. If you like art, I have been doing art over on Jenna Gets Creative for the last 2 years. That's linked everywhere, so check it out. So this is Pride Month, and I wanted to make a kind of booktubey video about that, and then J.K. Rowling started tweeting, and we need to address that. So first of all, let's just put all the cards out on the table. I've been fairly vocal about my identity in terms of the LGBT plus community online. Don't do so much talking about it in person unless you directly ask me. So this, if you are somebody who knows me in person, this may actually be coming out. I am not actually straight. I am bi/pan, still undecided on which term I prefer. I have the privilege of being invisible in that I am in a marriage with a cisgendered man, and sometimes that's a blessing, sometimes it's a curse, because people assume that you've picked a side, and you know, that doesn't actually change anything about me or about who I find attractive. It just means that the person I chose to marry is a cisgendered man. I guess I should mention why I said not entirely sure if I consider myself bi or pan. I learned about the LGBT plus movement and rights issues and identities in the very early 2000s when I was in high school, and at that time pan was not a term that was being used, so I gravitated towards bi. But bi means two. It's binary. It assumes that there are only two gender identities, two gender expressions, and that's not true. That's where pan comes in. It means you can be attracted to anybody. So I feel that's more appropriate. I also feel it's more politically correct in this climate, but also I come from a time when that wasn't a term, so it's confusing. We'll just leave it at that. So J.K. Rowling, back in December actually, she supported somebody who had been fired for being transphobic, and when she got backlash on that, her publicist came to bat and they said it was a slip of the tongue. She didn't really realize what was being said. She didn't really understand all of the issues at play, and she no longer supported that. But now in June, she's doubled down, and not only has she doubled down on her transphobic hate, she went and wrote a multi-thousand word essay supporting her argument, trying to make it okay. And at this point, J.K. Rowling is cancelled. Completely inappropriate in this day and age to use your big celebrity author platform for that kind of hatred, especially when you're the author of a world that's all about discovering who you are and how you fit into this world and changing if need be. So J.K. is cancelled, and now there's the big issue of, is Harry Potter cancelled? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what I think is the correct way to consider whether or not Harry Potter is cancelled for each individual fan, and what I'm going to do with presenting Harry Potter topics on this channel and on my art channel going forward. In literary analysis, there is this term, this concept called death of the author, and that's basically where you take anything you know about the author and anything you might know about the author's intent when they wrote the work, you toss that out the window and you pretend it's an anonymous work. You evaluate and consider the work in and of itself. So we can do something like that with past works and with fandoms if we want to, and if we personally as an individual can. If you are capable of separating this toxic woman from her past creations, separate the world of Harry Potter from the woman who wrote the source material, then you're allowed to separate that and still be a part of the fandom and still enjoy it, whether or not you can actually still enjoy the original books or the films based on them. That's entirely different. You can go that far, you can just enjoy the greater fandom, or you can decide that Harry Potter is cancelled for you and that you step away from the fandom. All of those options are fine, and we need to just allow everybody to make that decision for themselves. I think if you disagree with what J.K. Rowling says now and you think that she's gone too far and she's cancelled, then I think it is appropriate to no longer financially support her. So that means not buying anything she publishes from now on, not replacing any of your Harry Potter books or films or licensed merchandise with new items, not going to see any new Harry Potter films. I think it is fine to keep the things you have already paid for or received as gifts, especially if you've received them as gifts from people you love. I think it's fine to buy unlicensed merchandise if you're comfortable with buying unlicensed merchandise from anything. It's enough to denounce Rowling and to not financially support her in the future, but hold on to this fandom that you love and not throw away things that are already paid for. Because if you're able to separate creator from creation and enjoy those things, there's no point in destroying it. And you're allowed to still love Harry Potter and the Wizarding World. I still love Harry Potter and the Wizarding World, and I am still going to be in this fandom. Like Nathaniel from the Council of Geeks said, I will not be pushed out of this fandom because of hate. If I leave this fandom, it will be because I have chosen to. But if you choose to, that is fine, and I will not hold that against you or tell you that you're wrong. So here on this channel and on my art channel, I am still going to have Harry Potter topics. I've pre-filmed some tag videos for this channel that have Harry Potter questions. One of the tags I've already done and haven't released yet is entirely based around Harry Potter World spells. I've pre-recorded at this point one video doing some quizzes from the Wizarding World website, and I intend to do more. I think that's fun content, but beyond the purely fandom stuff, that's it. I won't give reviews of the books since I haven't already done that. I'm not going to ever review the films. I am not going to buy new books. Disclaimer there, if you're paying real close attention to my Harry Potter books over here, you will see another one show up in the near future, because ever since my sister claimed our childhood copies and I got mostly paperbacks, I seem to be missing one, the Chamber of Secrets. And I ordered a replacement for that right before I found out what JK was tweeting. So there's that. That will be showing up. It's already on the way. It's already been paid for. I am missing that copy, and I do still enjoy these books, and I will still re-experience these with my daughter, whether I'm reading them to her or just letting her read them. But beyond that, I am not financially supporting JK anymore. I may, in the near future, rearrange this section of the shelf so that Harry Potter stuff is not on display. I don't intend to buy licensed Harry Potter stuff anymore. I usually don't buy unlicensed stuff from any fandom. But like I said, I won't choose not to do a tag because it has some Harry Potter references in it. I will still do Wizarding World quizzes. And on my other channel, on my art channel, if a Harry Potter inspired piece of fan art is most appropriate to the topic I'm trying to cover and talk about, then I'll do that. I'm not going to put those things in any of my merch stores. Pretty soon I'm going to go through and make sure I pull anything that I already have up there that's Harry Potter. But anyway, this has been a lot more rambly and drawn out and not as happy as I wanted my first Pride topic video to be on this channel. But I needed to address that because you will see some Harry Potter derived content on this channel in the future, and I'd wanted to get it out there what my stance is on Rowling and on the Harry Potter fandom. Rowling is cancelled. I'm not going to financially support her or future Harry Potter things anymore, but this is not going to take the Harry Potter of my teenage years away from me. That's it. Happy Pride. Thanks for watching. I will see you on Saturday with my regularly scheduled video for this channel. Bye guys!